They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a picture with a pun? Well, that just flat out breaks the dictionary. Hey, it's Carrie at Inkhill Revival, and I'm excited it's October. Got to pull out the Halloween decorations, the weather's cooling down. It's just an exciting time of year, and it's making things feel a little more normal right now, which is nice. Also excited because today is the first episode of a month-long series of making Spooktacular Halloween cards with 0 Halloween supplies. Okay, if you own Halloween supplies, I want you to consider putting them aside and taking up this challenge. You're gonna be shocked at the creativity boost that you get when you limit your supplies. Making more with less really is possible. All right, you remember those good old headstone puns? Well, they were just the start, because today's episode is all about using words to make your cards totally Halloween. So we are going to start off by making this wicked card from start to finish. But stick around, because at the end of this video, I'm going to show you so many ways to use puns to make your Halloween cards this month. So check out that background on this card. We're going to be covering how to do that today. It's called water stamping. It's a fun technique. It gives a nice tone-on-tone look. But we'll start off with some experimenting to see what paper works best. Okay, so here are the test results. Up on top, I used Bristol paper, and on bottom, I have Nina 80-pound cardstock. On the left-hand side, I used heavy amounts of water, and on the right, just a little water. And you can see between these 4 pieces of paper, there's quite a big difference. I ultimately decided to go with the Nina 80-pound paper with just a little water. It held the most detail. And for what we were going for, I liked that look. I've got my Dusty Concord Distress ink here, and I am ready to ink up the entire page. I'm just going to take the ink pad direct to the paper. You can see I am milking this ink pad for all it's worth. It's basically gone, but there's just enough for this card. The next step in this process is wetting my stamp. I'm basically going to be stamping with water. So I've lightly sprayed the stamp, and I am spreading the water around just so there's not pools of water. And this is an FRL Design Paisley Tapestry stamp. Garage sale find. So I'm laying down my paper on top, and the key here for this process to end up looking best is to let it sit on the water for a while. This gives it time for the distress ink to react and lift off the page. So you'll get the most definition and the most contrast, giving it some time. There it is. So this is gonna show the detail a lot more once it's dry. And you can even see how there's some pools of water. You can even dab those off gently with a paper towel. Okay, so here I am using my heat tool to dry this paper, and you can already see how much stronger those details are. And it creates this great tone-on-tone look. And for this Halloween card, I think it's very elegant and slightly eerie, and that's exactly what we need. So I'm going to take this piece and run it through my die cut machine using a Concord and 9th Select a Size edge die. And I've placed it so that the portion that will be cut off is a bit more plain. Most of the stamping is up at the top, so I wanted to be sure to save that for the card. Since I've already got the die cut machine out, I'm ready to die cut my letters. I'll be die cutting 4 of each letter so that I can stack them together and create some dimension. I'll be showing you a trick in just a little bit of how to make gluing those many letters together a little more quick. So here's my cheat. I printed these out from my computer on craft cardstock. I needed something teeny tiny, and my alphabet letter stamps are just too big. Plus, this is super quick and easy. So the trick I found to be able to cut this accurately with the die cut I'm about to use is to first trim it with even edges. So I've cut it basically into a sentiment strip here with even empty space on both sides. Now, when I go to cut it, I'm actually using this My Favorite Things Dynamics gift card grooves. You can see that placement's a bit tricky because I can't see what I'm doing. Normally I would be stamping after, but because it has even edges on both sides, perfectly centered, I can just center the die cut. And there we go. Perfectly where it should be. That took some trial and error, so be sure to cut it with your paper trimmer first, or scissors with even edges before you attempt to do something. Save yourself some trouble. Okay, here's my next cheat, or I really should be calling these hacks. Here's my next hack. This is my cookie cutter. I have a little pack of Halloween cookie cutters. I'm going to trace this so I can cut out a witch hat, since we are not using Halloween supplies. Crafting supplies. Didn't say anything about your cookie cutting supplies. Oh, and this paper is from American Crafts. It is a 6x6 glitter paper pad pack, and I love it. You can see as I'm cutting here, it has so much shine. Okay, on to gluing these letters, and here is the trick I promised you. Put your glue on your bottom layers. So I've got the 3 and I have my nice top one. And then grab them quickly into a super haphazard stack. And once they're all together, just in one fell swoop, put them into place. Done. I don't know about you, but I always used to glue them one at a time. This is crazy fast. And I'm using a Lawn Fawn glue tube here to get these letters glued together. I'm almost ready to assemble this card. Just cutting some more of that American Crafts black glitter paper from a scrap, and we'll be using my tape runner to attach this to the base of the card here. I'm gonna have this kind of like peekabooing out from underneath the purple panel. I put some foam tape along the back side of the purple panel, and I'm going to place this at the top of the card, and that will give it some nice dimension. Now I'm ready to get these letters laid out and see that I like their placement before committing to glue. Want to make sure it's centered, otherwise that would drive me batty. I'm popping up the W with a little bit of foam tape just to give it more room for that broomstick to slide under. This card is almost complete. Just finishing up gluing on those letters, and we'll take that broomstick and glue it right across, tucked under the W. And don't mind me, I'm just being finicky. Now I'm ready to get this witch hat attached to the card, and I'm going to be using a combination of foam tape and a tape runner to attach it, and that's because I want to use the dimensional foam tape on the areas where the witch hat will attach to the card background. And I'll use the tape runner where the witch hat overlaps with the dimensional letters. That'll keep the witch hat nice and flush. There we go. Feels good to finish a card. I love how it turned out. I think it is very elegant, very Halloween-y, and it is made with 0 Halloween supplies. Hey, so I've only given you one pun, and we're how many minutes in here? Gotta make up for that. But check this out. I've got a cheat for you. If you go over to inkhillrevival.com, sign up, and I will send these sheets over to you, these free printables. Lots of puns for you. Let's go over some of the ideas that you can make with these. Let's get back to these W+9 alpha dies that we used on the Wicked card. I love these. Always am using them. So let me show you what else we can do here. You're beautiful on a mirror card. And you know what? this is a good time to pull out the cookie cutter. Got a ghost one. Trace that all around the background. And creepy crawly Halloween wishes. Can cut that out and use the Halloween wish pun that we used on the broomstick. And I at first was just gonna suggest, why don't you draw spiders everywhere? And then I thought, I'm saving you the trouble. That would be insane. Some other fun spider puns on here. I love sending some decorating help. You're welcome. Creeping it real. Okay, next up is one of my favorite pun options. Food puns. All right, so we've got trick or treat yourself. Any fun sweet desserts that you have. Cupcake here, and you can make some cupcake toppers. And here's piñata. I was thinking we could use that on, where is it? Wishing you a sweet Halloween. Eat, drink, and be scary. Could draw some potion bottle labels on there. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I really hope that you have a vegetable set in your stash. Okay, avocados, avocado, and beware the walking dead. And then we've got the bell pepper here. And I'm thinking dress this pepper up, put two of them on. You could do a jack-o'-lantern pepper and the ghost pepper. That one's really fun. Let's do some animal puns. So we've got unicorns, right? Candy corn. So fun. I'm gonna be using this later this month. We've also got bamboo. Now, I don't have bamboo, but I do have a panda and a stick. And I can draw some bamboo leaves on there. The last couple ones I wanted to show you are these cackle is witch for I love you or happy Halloween, and boo is ghost for I love you or happy Halloween. So we've got this sweet girl that is holding her arm out, looking to hold a witch broom. That is just a given. That'll be perfect for the cackle card. And then these guys, these are going to be really fun to make into ghosts. We can take the coordinating die, ooh, sticky. Take this coordinating die and cut out a white piece after we've stamped this guy. I'm gonna cut the ears off that white piece and hole punch 2 holes for the eyes. And then make a little crease where we can lift his ghost flap, and underneath you can say, I love you. So boo is ghost for I love you. All right, so I'm excited. This month is going to be a lot of fun. I'd love to see what you're creating. Link up with us on social media and head on over to the blog, inkillrevival.com, and get your free puns. Thanks for being here today. Hope you're loving October as well.